following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. Main Street Media proudly welcomes you live to Chattanooga, site of the 2021 Blue Cross Bowl. This is TriStar Friday Night Live, presented by the U.S. Army and the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Chris, we welcome you back into Finley Stadium, the media workroom, because we're media and we're working. So that's where we are today as we bring in the fellows. Good morning, gentlemen. Day two, what a great day. The old Chamber of Commerce weather, we got it yesterday. Looks like we got it again today, huh?
Can't beat it.
We tried to figure out who exactly was in charge of the weather.
Bernard said he had something to do with it yesterday, didn't he?
Bernard said he had everything to do with it yesterday. Yeah. So
he pretty well took full claim,
took control.
and who's going to tell him otherwise?
That's right. And to the victor goes the spoils, and that his job. That's his right to take that.
Rank has its privilege.
Amen.
And all that other
if
stuff.
He's going to get blamed for all the bad stuff, might as well take credit for the good stuff.
That's right. It's always fun coming to new places and learning from experience. We have a new corner of the room today. So as we go through the day, we are so thankful for the sunshine, but we wanted to try to get our distance from that. So
no doubt.
We had enough halo over Chris yesterday to last for a lifetime. So he is our angel here, the Sundrop Kid, I guess we'll call him that. So, all right.
The Sundrop Angel?
The Sundrop Angel.
There you go.
All right. Eventually, we're going to keep working on this, and eventually we're going to get a sponsorship from Sundrop. That's what we're working on, right?
That's the goal.
We know a couple of distributors locally.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into what happened yesterday with the Wilson Bank and Trust scoreboard. As 3 games yesterday, guys, we started with the D2 2A game, a recap. It was Lipscomb Academy getting it done quite simply over CPA 27-0. They kind of made it look easy, and what they built on from losing to CPA last year, 1 goal, and they were pretty animate about it. They completed that goal.
And what more can you say?
Yeah.
They set a goal, they reached the goal, and congratulations to the Mustangs.
Yeah, and as JP said, they did it in dominant fashion. They defeated CPA 38-0 during the regular season. We kind of expected a little bit better showing out of CPA this time around, 27-0 this time. And I mean, it's kind of like Pedro Martinez. You just had to guess they're just my daddy, huh? I mean,
so.
What's that? 65-0 in 2 games?
Yeah.
That's
that's putting it to them. Yeah, we knew the offense all season long. Of course, Lipscomb Academy. It's their defense that really was the difference in these 2 meetings, especially yesterday.
Yeah, especially yesterday.
Yeah.
CPA really couldn't get anything started offensively.
All right, so D2 2A champs Lipscomb Academy and Trent Dilfer, and we saw last night Scott Van Pelt at Sports Center had a little highlight of that little Tennessee State football championship. So
little Alex Broom in the highlight, getting a little national love, the Boston College commit.
As he should.
Good for him.
As he should. All right, that got us to the afternoon game. Another rematch of D2 1A region opponents, DCA and Nashville Christian, and it was, again, the winner of the first meeting, easily in broader fashion, getting the win in the second one, 31-7. DCA took it to Nashville Christian yesterday.
Yeah, it was number 2 of the 3 rematch sweeps. So impressive yesterday, especially from Donaldson Christian, who just anytime Nashville Christian thought they had something going, Donaldson said, "Not so fast, my friend." Even after their 1 touchdown, they returned the ensuing kickoff back. So, it was all Wildcats all day long.
Yeah, this was a 7-3 DCA win during the regular season. Expected this one to be a little bit more high scoring, and I guess it was on one side.
Well, I mean,
Absolutely.
Nashville Christian scored more points. 4 more, but they
There you
scored
go.
more.
Yeah. There you go. So DCA gets the win. Congrats to Paul Wade and company at Donaldson Christian. So those first 2 games, obviously all Middle Tennessee flavor. We had Middle Tennessee flavor in NBA, but a hometown flavor. And they proved that you have a game in your backyard, they're going to show up. And McCauley showed up yesterday, both on the field and in the stands.
Oh, no question. They had it. We expected it to be a fantastic crowd for that nightcap, and it surely was. And they put on a show for their fans, winning the ball game 28-7, and leaving very little doubt.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I mean, NBA had a chance to tie it coming out of halftime. It's 14-7. NBA gets the ball, 3 and out. I mean, the Blue Tornado defense was just swarming Marcel Reed all day all night last night, and Big Red just couldn't get it done.
Marcel Reed with 133 passing yards, 56 rushing yards, but a lot of those rushes were scrambled
because he was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, so tough night for the junior quarterback.
All right, so that's where we stand. Day 1 in the books, the D2 championships, the gold balls have been handed out. Lipscomb Academy, D2 2A, Donaldson Christian Academy, D2 1A, and McCauley finishes off a perfect undefeated season.
Three-peat.
And the three-peat, you're right, the D2 3A champs in front of a raucous Big Blue crowd last night, 28-7 over MBA. So that's what day 1 looked like. We'll tell you what day 2 is going to look like according to our thoughts. That's coming up next. TriStar Friday Night Live, presented by the U.S. Army and the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay?
Tell your name, sir. You know your name? You know where you are right now?
I'm going to take myself first, 76 coming.
I am Dr. Birdie, the founder, CEO, and president at Home Care Preference. I am a successful African-American female entrepreneur in business with Wilson Bank and Trust. With the partnership that I have, the level of my dreams is the limit of that company's success. When there's strong partnership, everything is possible.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
Hey, Toby. Toby knows comfort, whether day or night. Through the highs and the lows, Toby knows. You've put it off long enough. That old system is just out with the old, in with the new. We'll make it worthwhile all the way through. Derryberry is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Visit DerryberryAC.com today and schedule a visit. Derryberry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
TriStar Friday Night Live is brought to you in part by the U.S. Army. In the boots of a U.S. Army soldier, you'll move forward in your career and make a real difference in the world. Find the right fit with more than 150 occupational specialties. Learn more at usarmy.com. And the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, reminding you booze it and lose it. The bad decision to drive drunk will land you in jail. And by Wilson Bank and Trust. Visit wilsonbankandtrust.com for more details. Wilson Bank and Trust, proud supporter of high school sports.
Inside the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, Chris Yao, and JP. What did I say? Did I give all of you? I got you all in.
We're all in.
Yeah, I'm multitasking. Sorry. I'm JP. Those two guys over there. All right. So we talked about what happened yesterday, day one. We got day two today, which is the odd number championships, the 3A, 1A, and 5A championships, and in that order. So let's get right into our first one, which is the 3A championship game. It'll be East Nashville making their first appearance, guys. They'll be taking on a team that knows what it's like to be here. That is the Alcoa Tornadoes. So a tall challenge, but an exciting and really a great story in East Nashville.
No question. You're talking about two opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of your coaches. When you talk about Jamal Stewart in his second season at East Nashville, a graduate of East Nashville, 13-6. Gary Rankin, all he is the all-time winningest coach in Tennessee high school football history. No big deal.
That's all.
Yeah. So interesting little sidelight to that one there, but also Alcoa just being Alcoa, going for what, their seventh consecutive state championship here. So
and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17th this millennium. 17 out of 21, Mo. That's pretty darn good.
That's solid.
Wow.
Not 17th all time. Like, they didn't win 7 in the 50s. No,
Yeah.
17th in the last 21 years. And that doesn't include the 70s where they won 77, 78, 79, and 89 in Class 2A.
There was life before Gary Rankin at Alcoa.
There was.
It was good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Which is probably why Gary Rankin wound up there.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
It's this game is all about, can East Nashville find a way to get over the mental hump?
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about playing Alcoa is you're playing Alcoa. And the mental aspect of that is the most if you can get over that and just say, look, we're a good football team. We've beaten some good football teams to get here.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go out, do what we do, and let the chips fall where they may.
And give ourselves a chance.
Give ourselves a chance.
You talked about being some good teams. I want to run quickly through the bracket, how they got here. East Nashville beat it. Listen to me.
Beat it. I like
they,
that.
Beat it.
On it. Homage to the King of Pop there. They beat White House Heritage 48-0 in round one. Round two. The other, I think, feel-good story in the mid-state and potentially statewide in Waverly. A lot of and a really good football team. Only had one loss coming into the playoffs. East Nashville took care of business 41-14, and then 17-13 over White House. And they got to the semifinals and took care of a really good Dyersburg, a team that was undefeated heading into the matchup. 20-7, East Nashville got the win to get here. Meanwhile, Alcoa had the first-round bye, so to speak, the only quote COVID game in the playoffs. So they moved on and took care of Gatlinburg-Pittman 63-0, Pigeon Forge 52-0. They were up 42-0 over Giles County in the semifinals. Giles County got 12 points in the second half, and that was your final, 42-12, to get to this game here. So no surprises there. Alcoa continued to blow through the bracket.
The Tornadoes.
The Tornadoes blew through. Yeah.
Don't give yourself a ding for that one.
And here's the thing. The Giles County, the 12 points Giles County scored.
Yep.
That was late and in garbage.
We don't know who they scored those against.
Yeah. I mean, it was 42-0 at halftime, and I guess Alcoa said, well, it's the semifinals. I guess we'll make it look somewhat respectable and let them score a couple.
Or we'll just get some people off the field and whatever happens.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. That's what Alcoa is, man. They're scoring 51 points a game and giving up single digits, 9. So it's not just they're outscoring folks.
Yeah.
It's not just they're shutting out folks. They're doing everything. I mean, if they're on the field, they're probably going to score. And when you're on the field, they're probably not.
Well, and they may
not score.
All right. So keys for East Nashville. We'll start there. I mean, keys for Alcoa. Do what you do, I think. Over the keys for East Nashville today.
Don't help them.
Yep. That is the key. They don't need any help. They're Alcoa.
Yeah.
Don't turn the ball over. Zach Beard, it's got to be important.
Yeah. Well, and Amarian Ford has to be important as well because, I mean, you've got to maintain possession of the football, and the running game is probably going to be a key to that.
Yeah, I think Zach's going to have to make them be honest, though. That's the key, is you've got to take some pressure off of Marion by being able to keep their defense and their secondary in the secondary and not in the box. So, yeah.
Alcoa featuring quarterback Caden Buckles, who is a Mr. Football finalist. And so, again, Alcoa doesn't need any help. That's the biggest thing that East can do.
Prediction?
We'll get there, won't we?
Oh, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that at the end, right?
We did yesterday.
That
works. We're changing everything today, so who knows?
Works.
Whatever you want.
All right, I like that. We'll keep that.
All right, it's your show.
It's your show. All right, we'll do that. We'll take another timeout, come back, look at the 1A game. So stay tuned. This is TriStar Friday Night Live. Actually on a Friday today.
That's right.
As we preview day 2 at the Blue Cross Bowl. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Toby. Toby knows comfort, whether day or night. Through the highs and the lows, Toby knows. You've put it off long enough. That old system is just out with the old, in with the new. We'll make it worthwhile all the way through. Derryberry is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Visit DerryberryAC.com today and schedule a visit. Derryberry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay?
Tell your name, so where you are right now.
I'm going to take myself first, 76
I am Dr. Birding, the founder, CEO, and president at Home Care Preference. I am a successful African-American female entrepreneur in business through Wilson Bank and Trust. With the partnership that I have, the level of my dreams is the limit of that company's success. When there's strong partnership, everything is possible.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
TriStar Friday Night Live is brought to you in part by the U.S. Army. In the boots of a U.S. Army soldier, you'll move forward in your career and make a real difference in the world. Find the right fit with more than 150 occupational specialties. Learn more at usarmy.com. And the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, reminding you booze it and lose it. The bad decision to drive drunk will land you in jail. And by Wilson Bank and Trust. Visit wilsonbankandtrust.com for more details. Wilson Bank and Trust, proud supporter of high school sports.
Friday Night Live, JP, Mo, Chris hanging out with you from the media workroom. inside the bowels of Finley Stadium, I guess.
Not necessarily bowels.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
we got
really
a nice
bowels.
sight. We got
do.
nice sight lines.
We have windows.
The crowd coming in. Yeah, we got windows, which were a problem yesterday.
That's true. That's true. I guess by definition, the bowels would be no windows, right?
Yeah, it's kind of under.
Yeah, like a basement.
Yeah, under the bleachers would be.
We are under the bleachers,
but we're not under the bleachers.
Yeah. It's been a good spot.
It has been a good spot.
It's a nice setup.
It's been a good spot.
Really is, yeah.
We are grateful to be here, excited to be here, and thankful for those of you out there listening. Want to thank our sponsors, U.S. Army and the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. We had our Wilson Bank and Trust scoreboard, and then coming up all year long. Yes, by the way, and then our newest partner, which you will hear more of throughout the day as we get into our game recaps, Dairy Berries Heat and Air. Little shout out to them for hopping on board, helping us get down here to Chattanooga, because it's expensive to travel a Hall of Famer, and so we need a little extra cash.
Calling him a diva?
I think he did.
I think Moses.
I think he did.
Well, it's not cheap. You don't get out of bed for less than a certain amount.
That's right.
I mean, you've earned that, is what I'm saying, Mo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
He has earned the.
Do you like that spin?
I like that spin. Yeah.
He has earned the diva status. I'll give him that.
Yes. All right. So we'll get into the 1A game, which will feature
Perennial
South
power.
Pittsburgh. Yes, South Pittsburgh and McKenzie today in the 3A game. So 1A game. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm multi over here.
You're okay.
All right. So how we got here, South Pittsburgh, they defeated Red Bowling Springs 56-0 in the first round of the playoffs, down Clay County 45-7, and then Gordonsville, who
in a rout.
I mean, I had Gordonsville getting past that game, 44-14. South Pitt took them down handily, and then went up to Cloudland in an exciting game. It was back and forth, and South Pittsburgh able to hold on 30-22. Made that 5+ hour bus ride back home a little sweeter. Talked with one of their co-head coaches, Heath Ryder, after the game last Friday night, and he was in good spirits to be on a yellow dog for 5 hours, to say the least. But exciting. And they make the short little trip, much like McCauley almost. Just hop on the interstate for about 15, 20 minutes, and bring your cast iron lodge skillet and a wooden spoon, and bang away and support your Pirates.
The entire town of South Pittsburgh will be here today.
Should be.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw last night, McCauley brought a great crowd, and I'm expecting South Pittsburgh to do, something pretty similarly here in the midday game.
I would bet if you drove through South Pittsburgh, Tennessee right now, every store would be closed and there'd be window chalk on the gone for the game. I mean, it would just be
it's like you see in Friday Night Lights and Varsity Blues.
Like that.
Yeah.
There's no question that the entire town of South Pittsburgh is going to. They shut the Lodge factory down today.
I mean, if you live in South Pittsburgh and you're not coming to the game, what are you doing with your life?
That's right.
What are you doing?
You need to reevaluate your commitment to the community.
Everybody called in sick today. Just so happens to be today.
I'm not sure who they called in to, because they were out as well.
All right, guys, we'll start with South Pittsburgh since we're talking about them. They've had to overcome some obstacles this year.
Yes, they have.
A well-documented coaching change where one left after coming back, goes back north of the border, and they've had to piece together an interesting situation. Co-head coaches, the principal has helped in. Another Coach Stone has come to help, and so they've really pieced it together, and it's been quite impressive what they've been able to do from that perspective to get to this point.
They've won 9 of 11 games under those conditions, and one of the losses was to Oakland. Oh, by the way, is playing tomorrow for the 6A state championship. So,
there's nothing you can say about this South Pittsburgh team that's going to make you understand what they've had to go through to get here. And after coming off of last year's loss in this game up at Cookeville to Fayetteville, you know they are hungry.
And that coach, then retiring, Vic Ryder, a longtime coach down there.
I mean, it has been a whirlwind of 365 days or so, and this Pirate team is bound and ready. DeAndre Kelly, the senior running back, is going to be a force. And don't forget, of course, they've got a pretty good kicker, which can always be a factor when you're talking about state championship games, especially in weather like this on a turf field.
Yeah,
a good kicker can mean the world.
And in a 1A game,
absolutely,
that really kind of puts you ahead of the game a little bit.
Yep.
So a strong South Pittsburgh team coming in to the game today. They'll take on McKenzie, strong in their own right, undefeated on the season at 14-0. They defeated Moore County in the first round 63-12, followed by a 28-0 shutout of Cornersville. Then, to the surprise of some, went to Fayetteville, got a slaw burger, and said thank you, and took care of Fayetteville 14-8 to get to the semis, where they took down another state title in Peabody. So they beaten back-to-back weeks the 1A reigning champ and the 2A reigning champ in Peabody to get to the game here today. So are they the favorite?
I don't know if they're the favorite. Well, we'll get into our picks later on.
Yep.
But, with that resume, you can't overlook them. That's for sure.
To be the best, you got to beat the best, and they've done that.
Here's the thing is because of South Pittsburgh's, they've been here 12 times. They've won 5 state championships. McKenzie's only been to the state finals once, and they didn't win.
Yeah.
So when you see, it's South Pittsburgh and McKenzie, well, South Pittsburgh's probably going to win because it's South Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Because McKenzie has as good of a resume as anyone does. So I'm looking forward to this one. They've got a really good quarterback as well in Jackson Cassidy. So this is going to be a really good football game.
They've also got a Mr. Football finalist in Marquez Taylor to counteract South Pittsburgh's Mr. Football finalist DeAndre Kelly that you mentioned earlier. So, a lot of star power on the field.
That 3 o'clock game can be fun.
Well, it's 1A ball game, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch and could be one of the more competitive matchups of all 9 games here in Chattanooga this week.
Absolutely. Could very well be.
All right, so there you go. The 1A matchup, South Pittsburgh versus McKenzie. So that leaves us with 1 to go. I tell you what, we'll just keep it right here and move on into the next one, gentlemen, if that is all right with you. So we'll go to the 5A game tonight, one that I know Mo is looking really forward to covering this game, and he will be covering it for Main Street Preps. And so check out his article coming up later tonight. But Page and Powell. Powell coming in having defeated Knox West in the semis. Page in an epic battle, crazy game last Friday night at home versus Henry County. So both of these coming in, as every team coming in on a high, but to Powell to beat a rival and a favorite potentially in Knox West, and then what Page did to get here, and their first trip, by the way, to the Blue Cross Bowl. So there's a lot of excitement built around this game. Chris has been talking the last day or so that may have the biggest crowd. That game may have the biggest crowd of all 9.
I expect it will be, just because everybody in Rutherford will be here.
Yeah.
And also, Powell not being too far away, it's going to be a lot of fun to this one for sure.
Somebody's going to win their first ever state championship in this ball game because Powell was a state runner-up in 11 and in 91, and Page has never been here. So, somebody, there will be one gold ball in somebody's trophy case.
For the very first time.
Yep, one big one. So, this is huge. I'm really looking forward to this one because you've got almost mirror images at quarterback, I think, in Jordan Potts for Powell and Jake McNamara for Page, and they are both kind of the bell cows for their respective offenses. Both of them have thrown for 3,000 plus this year. McNamara is a Colorado State commit as of now.
Yeah, as of now.
Let's put an asterisk on that, I guess, with Steve Adazio's
untimely departure
yesterday. And hopefully we may be able to get a little bit more clarity on that here today.
Yeah.
But two really good quarterbacks. Potts is a junior.
Okay.
That's right.
And both these coaches, Matt Lowe, in his second stint at Powell, he led them to that 2011 runner-up finish. Graduate, former player there, former player at MTSU, just a gritty guy, and I think his teams really take on his personality. And, oh, by the way, Powell also has the number one defensive lineman recruit in the country, and Walter Nolan III, who I'm sure will introduce himself to the Patriots tonight.
He will announce his presence with
authority.
He will definitely announce his presence, and I feel like it will be with authority. Yeah.
Not only are there mirror images in their quarterbacks, but Mo, they both run a spread offense. They both run a 3-4 defense. They're both on 5-game win streaks. Powell 37 points a game, Page 36 points a game. This is insane. Powell returns 13 starters, Page 12. This game is literally between two teams who could not be more equal on paper.
Well, there you go.
It's going to be
I'm
a
ready.
fantastic football
I'm ready.
game. I'm getting chills thinking about it.
I'm ready.
I literally have chills right now.
We've got 9.5 hours to go.
That's a long time, but I'm here for it. We got two good football games between them, too.
9.5? No, 8.5 to go.
I don't know.
There you
what
go.
time
That cuts
it
an
is.
hour. Yeah.
At least there's that.
One of my clocks has 9, the other has 10, so who knows? Yeah. Anyway.
Owen Sachs is going to have his hands full with Mr. Nolan. I have a feeling. I think Owen Sachs is hoping to give up. Sachs.
Yeah. In Sachs. Huh?
Yeah. Owens.
Oh, goodness. All right. So.
How'd they get here, JP?
Yep.
Tell us.
All right. So the 5A, let's back it up there. Yes. All right. So Powell, as we mentioned, Knox West in the semis 35-7. Before that, they took down Ray County 27-13. McMinn in the second round 49-7. And then Oak Ridge.
Ooltewah.
Thank you very much. Up one. Oak Ridge lost to McMinn. Ooltewah 42-0 in the first round. Page, we talked about that epic classic last week, 56-52 over Henry County. Just remarkable. They get that win. They defeated Green Hill the week prior, 31-14. Before that, Nolansville 20-15, and Wilson Central 34-14. So, Chris was late on the Page Patriots bandwagon this year, but those scores are pretty indicative of what they've done all year. They don't blow out people, but they're efficient and they get the job done. And I don't know if teams
it doesn't matter
underestimate them going in because they don't see that and until you get on the field, but they've got the job done.
Page is sort of like that baseball pitcher that doesn't throw triple digits or whatever.
Yep.
They throw a lot of junk and they get you out and you're walking back to the dugout and you're like,
how
we can hit this guy, and you never do.
It's right.
That's exactly what it's like. I mean, all year long, I said, "Well, who has Page played? Who have they beaten?" And
everybody.
That's the answer was everybody. You can say the same thing. We were talking about Georgia and Alabama last. Same thing. It doesn't matter if you don't beat anybody, as long as you beat everybody.
And there you go.
They have.
And Page's only loss was to Independence, a 6-18.
There you go.
So,
yep. All right. Let's get to our picks, guys. We'll start with our first game of the day. Coming up in 25 minutes. East Nashville taking on Alcoa in the 3A Division I championship here in Chattanooga. Who do you like and why?
I like Alcoa because they're Alcoa.
Yeah. Alcoa is going to win the football game, and it's because they're Alcoa.
Maybe the easiest pick this week.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't mean something crazy might happen. And what a story that would be, because there's a lot.
I really believe something crazy would have to happen.
Yeah. All right.
No disrespect.
Yeah.
There have to be an actual tornado come through, and I mean, like that would be the only way.
Well, there's a tornado coming through. There's for sure.
Yeah,
All right. The 1A game, 3 Eastern, 2 Central, features McKenzie and South Pittsburgh.
This is going to be fun. I'm so looking forward to this game. Look, I took McKenzie to beat Fayetteville. I didn't think they were going to beat Peabody, but by doing that, I don't think there's any way I can pick against the Rebels.
What they've done the last 2 weeks has really made a believer out of me. I got to go with McKenzie.
Okay. All right.
Actually, 3 weeks ago, they beat Cornersville 28-0.
Yeah.
I mean, and we thought Cornersville was going to win the game, so there you go.
I'm edging and leaning in McKenzie as well. It just seems like what they've done that those last 2 weeks, I'm sold. You get my vote. All right. And then finally tonight to the 5A matchup featuring Powell out of Knoxville versus Page from Williamson County. First trip. Both teams looking for their first gold ball / trophy.
At least you said slash. The gold ball is the trophy. It's
the gold
bird.
ball. I know. We had that conversation yesterday.
That,
So
that
that's
was intentional.
yes.
There
was a pause there.
But I wanted to let other folks know why I said at least he said slash. The gold ball is the trophy. It is inferred that it is a trophy. So if you are out there calling it a gold ball trophy, stop. Look, I've been hesitant on Page all year long. I jumped on the bandwagon 2 weeks into this playoff run, and I got to jump back off. Here's the problem: is Jake McNamara is fantastic on the run. He can make space. He can make time with his feet. He's just going to have to do it too much tonight. And I don't think that they're going to be able to get around Walter Nolan. And I got the Powell Panthers in this one.
Okay.
I think Walter Nolan is the difference maker because I don't think Page has a defensive player that makes the difference that Nolan makes on defense for Powell. I've got Powell in this one.
Okay. I think Powell is the difference there. By a slight edge. Looking forward to that one as well. All right, that's going to do it for us here on day 2 of the Blue Cross Bowl, live from Chattanooga and Finley Stadium. My thanks to the Hall of Famer Mo Patton, to Chris Yao, the Sundrop Kid. I'm JP Plant, saying so long for now from Finley Stadium in Chattanooga. We'll be back immediately following Game 1 and the 3A championship game between Alcoa and East Nashville. Until then, have a great rest of your Friday morning.